My lazy entitled brothers were banking on an inheritance to turn their lives around. When our father passed, they got hit with a rude awakening. Both of my older brothers are addicts of some kind. My brother Josh spends all his free time smoking green and playing video games, and Mike is a raging alcoholic who just got divorced because his wife caught him in bed with another woman. They never showed up to family holidays or even thought to give our parents a call once in a while. Neither of them went to college or had any skills they could leverage to make a decent living for themselves, and all their time after high school was spent working entry-level jobs that they never moved up in. They always got fired or quit because it was too much work. Both of them tried starting some sort of business, which ended up being a pyramid scheme they got scammed into. While I was going through college to get my computer science degree, they would call me a loser and a nerd because according to them, college is the real scam. I specialize in cybersecurity and make a pretty decent living for myself. My wife and I have an adopted 7-year-old son, and we're going to adopt again later this year. Before my dad passed, he told me that my mother and I would be the only ones getting any kind of inheritance because he couldn't trust my brothers to be smart with his money. I agreed, but my mom said he was being too harsh, and that my brothers could use the extra help because I already have a successful career. When my father passed away from his long battle with lung cancer, me and my mother were right by his side, but my brothers wouldn't pick up their phones when we called. Eventually, we all had to pile into the attorney's office to have his will read, and sure enough, he left them nothing. They were both furious and started yelling about how I was a spoiled brat that didn't deserve anything. They told me I must have manipulated him to get him to leave his rental properties and savings account to me. He left his investment accounts and the house to my mom, but my brothers weren't mentioned in the will at all. It's like he completely disowned them. They were fuming in the attorney's office, telling me I was selfish if I didn't share it with them because he left me enough money to change their lives. It's not that I didn't want my brothers to be successful, it's just that I don't think my brothers could handle that kind of money. Everything I received was going into a college fund for my kids, and the rest of it would sit in a retirement account to accrue interest while I was still working. The rental properties could make me passive income so I could keep saving and take my family on nice vacations. I planned on retiring a bit early and enjoying the latter half of my life since I worked hard for everything I had, and actually built the life that I wanted. Eventually I told my brothers to quit whining, man up, and get a life for themselves since all they do is complain, and never actually do anything to fix their lives. If they wanted to share so bad, why not ask mom for some of hers? They were supposed to be the ones setting an example for me. Instead, they were wasting their life away and banking on an inheritance they were never entitled to. Our mom said I was being way too selfish, and that I let the money go to my head. I think I'm just being honest, and the truth hurts sometimes. I don't think my brothers should get paid for my father's hard work when they clearly don't deserve it. They also don't have a family relying on them like I do. Am I being the a-hole here?